How's it going, guys? Grimsie42 here, and I have got a huge PS3 bundle here that I'm going to show you guys. And basically, this isn't really a bundle, if you will. This is just a whole bunch of games that I've picked up recently. I've been really trying to beef up my PS3 collection. Right now, with the PS4 and the Xbox One out and hitting their strides, stores like GameStop are selling the PS3 games at very, very good prices. And on top of that, with the demand seemingly lower now, I'm also able to track down some of the more obscure and hard to find games. And I actually got a few of those in here too. Some decent games here, so hope you guys are excited and definitely check this out. So hopefully you guys like that nice little introduction that I threw in there. That actually was made for me by a friend of mine who goes by Nintendo64. He actually posts videos every other week on Retro Liberty's channel, and then he does have his own channel also, and his editing, as you can see, is pretty awesome. So definitely check him out. I will put a link in the description if you guys have not seen him yet. Definitely recommend you check his channel out. Alright guys, so rolling into this PS3 stuff here, there's definitely a lot, so I'm going to fly through it as quick as possible. This first one here is a Bethesda game, and they are known to make some good titles, and it is Wet, and every single one of these is going to be complete, I believe. This next one here is a game by Sega. That's really all I know about it, but it was very affordable. It's Stormrise, and if you have checked any of these out, guys, definitely let me know. Let me know what some of your favorite PS3 games are. Maybe you have some favorites that I don't have either here or in my collection. Could potentially give me a few more ideas. I'm interested in this next one because it kind of was a precursor to Hyrule Warriors, and it's Dynasty Warriors Gundam. And I believe they made a couple of these. They might even have made 3 of them. So definitely excited to check that one out. This one here has really, really cool art on the front of it, I believe. It's Prince of Persia. And this one I think was like $1. Like I said, they're literally throwing these games out the window at this point. This one I picked up as part of a 4 for $10 sale that they just recently had. No manual in there, which, that's odd. I bet what happened is when I picked one up and brought it to the front of the store, that the not-so-competent GameStop employee gave me one from the drawer, and it didn't have a manual. So it's kind of a bad on me for not watching them. I usually am right on top of them, but I slipped up there. This next one here is part of a series, and it's Infamous. Continuing that trend, this next one is Infamous 2. I hear good things about this series. Definitely looks to be pretty interesting, so I'm excited to check it out. This next one was only $1. Haze, it's a Ubisoft title. Looks pretty interesting. Cool cover art at very least. This next one here is a Tom Clancy game, End of War. So I assume it's just like Rainbow Six and all that fun stuff. Next one here is Assassin's Creed Revelations, and it actually has a PS3 exclusive Assassin's Creed on Blu-ray disc. Like I guess you get part 1 included for free. I'm not really sure. Have to look into that a little more. Been interested to check this series out. This one here is Dead Island. Got this one for a couple bucks. Looked interesting. It's Genji Days of the Blade. Another thing too, just to notate, when it has the red 3 there as opposed to the PS3 logo right there, you can tell it was one of the earlier release games. Also, it'll say PlayStation up there, and the new ones will say Blu-ray on the actual case. This one here, I actually got this just to tease my buddy Tyler of Luigi Freakout 123. Apparently Queen is his favorite band. I actually don't even own the SingStar microphones which are required, but for like $2 I picked up Queen SingStar. And again, this will probably never see my PlayStation, but I thought that was a fun little thing for the price. This one here, Fallout New Vegas, is another example of the GameStop fun employees screwing me over. If you can tell right kind of where my finger is, I'll try to hit the glare on it. There's just a huge indent right there, and the paper's actually torn, so I'm going to have to upgrade that eventually. This next one here, Resistance. I hear a lot about this series. I hear it's really good. I seen a friend play the first one, and if you notice, on this one, there's a greatest hits disc. So GameStop just has this great track record recently. This next one here is Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Alright guys, getting into the better games, at least in my opinion. These are all more up my alley. All those titles I showed you were like budget titles that I picked up just because the price was right. You know, I'd heard good things about some looked interesting, some were just so cheap I couldn't pass them up. But these here, everything else that I'm going to show you, I specifically seeked out. These were things I wanted in my collection. And this first one here is a very, very obscure game. You just really never see it. And it's a Natsume title. It's called Africa. And basically, I guess it's kind of like, it's like a safari game where you like, kind of like, I guess I don't really want to compare it too closely, but kind of like Pokemon Snap, except you film like animals. Definitely an obscure, weird thing. So it's a Natsume title. I like the publisher, and I figured it would make a great addition to my collection. This next one came out on multiple systems, I believe PS4 and 3. And it's a Square Enix title. I got it for the PS3, obviously, because I don't have a 4 yet. And it's Murdered Soul Suspect. And this one doesn't really have a manual. It has kind of like the inner manual and just like a little slip cover there. But these next two here, actually, are part of the Atelier series. And this one is Atelier Aisha, the Alchemist of Dusk. And I've never actually tried these, the Atelier series. I believe I have most of them. If anyone has tried this series, let me know. It looks pretty interesting. I'm definitely putting it on my RPG backlog, but like I said, I've yet to get a chance to check any out. This is a newer one. I don't know if it's the newest, but it's one of the newer ones. This is Atelier, Alchemist of the Dusk Sky, Eska and Logi. And they are definitely not the easiest titles to pronounce. I like the design on this next one. I think more of the cases should look like this. I think this is like the last wave of design for PS3. It's got the cool little blue look to it, and this is Deception 4. I remember playing the first Deception on PlayStation. I really enjoyed it, so I'm hopeful that this one will be equally good or better. This next one I picked up just because it's an Atlas title. I've had my eye out for the PS3 version for a while. The 360 version seems to be much more common, and it's The Testament of Sherlock Holmes. This next one here I'd heard a lot of good things about, and I was looking for a used copy just to save some money, and this one actually still had the DLC not activated, which is really, really cool. And it's a compilation game called Journey Collector's Edition. And I guess it's got other games. One of the games is called Flower, but very, very interesting looking game. It definitely looked like it was a fun game, so this is pretty high on my list to check out. This next one here, I had a really, really tough time tracking down. It had recently gone down a lot in price, and I believe this is only like $20 or $15 new, and I picked this one up used. And it's a copy of Mugen Soul Z by NIS. This one here, another instance where I wanted to pick it up and I was just waiting for the right price, and I was lucky enough to catch it used, and I had a coupon that gave me 30% off. So this one here is another NIS game, and it's Fairy Fencer F. And this is one of those games that has a reversible cover, so I will attempt to remove the manual and the disc here, show you guys the other art. It's opinion-based, not as good. I guess it's just like a bear or whatever, but interesting regardless. I watched a few videos on this, and this game definitely looks interesting, so definitely excited to check it out. And definitely glad to add another NIS game to the collection. So I've got 2 more games that I wanted to show you guys. Both of these I got in the mail from different parts of the world. And this one I'm going to show you here first I think is really, really cool. Definitely plan to open it and check it out in the very near future. It is a physical copy of the original Resident Evil for the PlayStation 3. And this is that HD remaster that just recently came out. And what's weird, though, is that this was not available in the United States. You could download it on the PlayStation Network, but you could not purchase a physical copy. And I was looking to save some money. I actually got this from PlayAsia, and I believe it came from Singapore. And this actually has English and Japanese voices and subtitles. So, really cool. And if you look on the back, it's even got primarily English language. So, And the PS3s are region free, so this will work on the system. So definitely happy to add that to the collection. I really enjoyed the original Resident Evil. I thought the HD remake, or the non-HD, but the remake of it on the GameCube was awesome. And I'm definitely excited to see what they've done with this version. This last game that I have here is another game from NIS, and it's something that I had been eagerly awaiting. It is a collector's edition of sorts, and it's the Awakened Fate Ultimatum. And it kind of comes in this big box here. It's got this really good art, and you can kind of tell there from the side it's got the game, Book of Fates, and a soundtrack. So that's really cool. And then it also came with this extra thing here. I was able to get the Devilish set. I believe there was an Angelic set, and then another set that I think they called like the Ultimate set. And it came with another one of these. Basically, I guess it was blue and themed. Like, this is supposed to be the evil one, and the other one was the good one. But so unfortunately, I missed out on that Ultra Collector's Edition. I think it was just like a few bucks more. But it was still happy. I was still happy to be able to get that Collector's Edition. And I definitely think this was a pretty epic addition to my collection. I don't even know if I can lift these all. Pretty damn impressive if I don't say so myself. So I'm super happy to add all these games to the collection, and definitely beefing up my PS3 collection as best I can while the prices are good. Definitely glad to add so many titles to the collection, and a lot of these I'm actually eager to check out. But anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you've been picking up recently, and as always, guys, take care.